It's been a while since I smile, like to walk down the aisle. My heart beats like that of a child, and I play with them things like turnstiles, hoping they don't go off, because if so, well, that's my ass getting near like Jesus to cross, landmines, clear warpath, hands of time, refuse small talk. This is yours if you're not afraid to walk, and like a pup, I was afraid to bark, afraid of them eyes in the dark. Don't you know lonely roads make a weary heart? Food for thought, white chalk make life dark like cakewalk. I take my cape off, words play off. Now back to my chaos like triage, leave you beeping soft. I'm Charles in charge, you're still wondering who's the boss.
Welcome to the Smokin' Rhyme Show.
What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? Let's talk about it, the problems we face. Let's fight hatred, no time to waste. The mind is naked, we can see it without an x-ray. Life is easy if we work together. We're the keepers, we're the people, we're all equal, filled with purpose. The past has pain, it'll drive you, even make you take aim. But together is where we should aim. Together is where we should. What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do?
Welcome back to another edition of the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Big E.
We on every week with poetry.
Music and that cannabis talk.
What's going on, man?
When change is not enough. About to re-sing the whole song.
Right, I have to send that one to our wonderful man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we are still observing traffic incidents, and it's just crazy.
So how things been, man?
Life in the city, huh?
No doubt.
Well, you know, for me, right now, at this point in life, things are going pretty smooth.
Okay then.
I'm looking at my calendar and seeing that we headed for hard times soon, because anytime is good time for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking at that hard time calendar.
Hey, look, man, I prep for bad times. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So-
You got to kind of do that though, right?
When they come, I don't want to be blindsided. I'm ready.
As can be.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt there. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot happening, in sports and in our city here, and there's Canada is trying to smoke us out. All type of things happening.
Hey, they having their own massive pot cafe. Everybody smoking.
Forest fires everywhere, trees everywhere, just burning. You know what I mean?
Well, that's always what spring and summer are about. People not clearing bush, or what is that? Forest thinning, I think it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I
They ain't doing their jobs.
wonder how much they pay to fight fires. You think it's big money?
I think, firefighters, but I think there's a bunch of volunteers. I don't know if they make money, but,
That's what I'm saying. You out in the woods by yourself. I mean,
well, not by yourself, but,
yeah, basically. I mean, the
There's a
people
crew.
with you are out there too.
Yeah.
Y'all are all by yourself.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm amazed at, folks that do volunteer to do this stuff, because, you are putting your life on the line. There's no doubt about that.
Saving the planet, man.
To save others. And that's a big feat, because, a lot of people ain't going to do that.
Well, there are those who want to be heroes in their own way. They're not trying to go to war,
Right.
so they rather fight fires. And fire don't care.
Fire.
Take
Fire
anybody.
don't discriminate. Yeah, it's just gonna be great.
Well, I mean, it truly shocks me at this day and age and our present technology and how intelligent the world is supposed to be that we can't stop fires. Y'all can't figure nothing out for that.
Well, I think they can. Whether they choose to or not, or whether they want to say things are wrapped up in red tape or whatever the case may be, because there's enough data now for folks to have an idea what they should do. And I'm not saying folks are not trying.
Well, I mean, it happens every year, bro. You would think they would have a plan set up, or they would have something that's 100%. I mean, every year we going through the fires: California fires, Colorado fires, Canada fires. There's always fires, so I don't understand how we don't have something in place to be like, all right, it's fire time. We knew it was coming. We're already prepared.
Yeah, I think there's a budget, right? The powers to be are not putting enough money in this place. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's the people that are in control. To them, it seems like they would rather gamble and talk about there's not enough for this, but they find money for other things like their weekly paycheck.
They're like, put this money in my pocket. Oh, put it into fires.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll take a raise this week.
No doubt. You're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Big E.
Let's get it going.
Yeah.
This is Gregory representing for Rexy45 and Big E with Smokin' Rhymes. Ooh, yeah. And I want to talk to you, about life. Don't run away from pressure. Pressure is what makes diamonds. You best believe me. So when you feel like giving up, feel like you're turning back, when the pressure take your shoulder, well, call on Jah. So when you feel like giving up, when you feel like turning back, no. Whoa, yeah. When I wake up in the morning and your night go black a reference, give thanks to Rastafari, well I'm in on me events, yes. Love and respect to my neighbor.
Hey, what up, Boston? It's the culture curator, John Beatty. Make sure you keep that radio station locked on 87.7. It's Smokin' Rhymes at Rex45 and Big E. Let's get it.
This is Gregory representing for Rexy45 and Big E with Smokin' Rhymes. Ooh, yeah. And I want to talk to you, about life. Don't run away from pressure. Pressure is what makes diamonds. You best believe me. So when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you're turning back, when the pressure take your shoulder, well, call on Jah. So when you feel like giving up, when you feel like turning no. Whoa, yeah. When I wake up in the morning and your night go black a reference, give thanks to Rastafari, well I'm in on me events, yes. Love and respect to my neighbor. Negativity no make sense. Hey, watch you road them where you trek when you're treading on. Oh no. You know said the road is rough, we know said the road is tough, but stay here. So when you feel like Smokin' Rhymes, when you feel like none turn back, call on Jah. So when you feel ooh wee, when you feel like ooh wee, oh no, call on Jah. I shoulda know you know. Whoa. I shouldn't have to tell you that if you live good, then life will be good to you. Ooh, yeah. Anytime you treat life bad, don't say I hug you when you get your feedback. Ooh, boy. When you feel like giving up, feel like you're turning back, when the pressure take your shoulders, well, call on Jaja. When you feel like giving up, feel like you're turning back. Oh no, oh no, no. Within the eye is the presence of the Almighty. No bother think of my thing. No bother think through you big, bad and mighty. If you do what you please, everybody a go like it. No. I used to be good to your neighbors, yes. I want you to know, my friend, Rexy 45, now they are Sophie Baron Arlen love. When you feel like giving up, and when you feel like you're turning back, and when the pressure take your shoulders, smoking rhymes if you call on Jaja.
Hey yo, this is Joe Sauceda, and you're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show with Big E and Rexy 45.
We gotta take a little time sometimes. Sometimes you gotta get away. Take a little time for holiday. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. In the stillness of the night you chill, or in a cottage that's up on a hill. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. Oh oh, oh oh, oh oh. Oh oh, sunshine day. Every day can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play. Sunshine day. Every day can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play.
When the problem them are rolling like a tsunami, feel so battered cause I know I got no army. Yet all the shatter all around is like a bee swarm me. Take me away, where we put away devices and turn off the Wi-Fi. Have a drink, light it up, my meds get so sky high. No TV program, no drama, no sci-fi. Out in nature now I feel like I can fly. Take me away, so far away. See I got to be chillin' out. Got to be chillin' out.
Sunshine day. Every day can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play.
Oh, sunshine day. It's burning all around every day. Bring life and shine like a real star. Bringing full joy to my soul. Just a break from this hard life. Just let me breathe again. Enjoy the summertime. Hold me now, give me all your sunshine. Hold me now, give me all your energy.
Sunshine day. Every day can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play. Sunshine day. Every day can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play. Sometimes you gotta get away. Take a little time for holiday. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. Sometimes you gotta ease your mind. Oh oh,
Sunshine,
oh oh,
sunlight,
oh oh,
sunshine,
oh oh, yeah.
sunlight.
Sunshine. can be a holiday. Sunshine day. Come everyone, let's go out and play. Sunshine day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sunshine day.
What I'm saying to you this morning, my friend, even if it falls your lot to be a street sweeper, go on out and sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Handel and Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. Sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will have to pause and say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. If you can't be a pine on the top of the hill, be a scrub in the valley, but be the best little scrub on the side of the reel. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are. And when you do this, you've mastered the length of life. This onward push to the end of self-fulfillment is the end of a person's life. Now, don't stop here, though. You know, a lot of people get no further in life than the length. They develop their inner powers. They do their jobs well. Do you know they try to live as if nobody else lives in the world but themselves? And they use everybody as mere tools to get to where they're going. They don't love anybody but themselves. And the only kind of love that they really have for other people is utilitarian love. You know, they just love people that they can use. A lot of people never get beyond the first dimension of life. They use other people as mere steps to which or by which they can climb to their goals and their ambitions. These people don't work out well in life. They may go for a while. They may think they're making it all right. But there is a law. They call it the law of gravitation in the physical universe. And it works. It's final. It's inexorable. Whatever goes up can come down. You shall reap what you sow. God has structured this universe that way. And he who goes through life not concerned about others will be a subject victim of this law. So I move on and say that it is necessary to add breath to length. Now, the breath of life is the outward concern for the welfare of others, as I said. Man has not begun to live until he can rise above the narrow confines of his own individual concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity.
You listen to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex 45.
Big E.
The one and only
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Hallelujah.
Do it 100, whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Best bush. You ain't no tree, baby. You got the best bush.
So Big E says.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yo, I wanted to say something real quick.
All right.
As everyone knows, I had a recent birthday.
You did? Nice. All right. Happy birthday.
So along with birthday time comes every once in a while license renewal.
Uh-huh.
Now, it took me 2 months to renew my license.
Okay.
The process is just unbelievable. I went to the registry 5 times before they finally took care of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy, man. They got people just standing outside. When they say no more people in the building, you just can't even go. You can't do anything. It's the process is just ridiculous.
So what are you trying to say? There's a problem with how how city workers and state workers do their job?
Oh, please. There's always been a problem. And, it's the usual problem. Customer service is terrible. Nobody communicates to you properly. You got people standing in line flustered who are talking for no reason. A lady went on break. A lady in line had a problem with that. How's she just going to leave we all standing here? Because she going on break. I was like, come on, man. It was just crazy, man. I would have to say it was a harrowing experience to go to the registry. It shouldn't be like that.
I think you're kind of right there, Biggie. I mean, it shouldn't be like that, but it is. And these folks in the whole public jobs, taxpayer jobs, they believe that they did it all on their own. Like they like the money is coming off of a tree somewhere, and they can be a-holes to us every day, all day. And I see it all the time. We see it from the top down. From from the governors of the states to mayors of cities. We see it all the time. They should be for us. And they get on a microphone and they give us language that is just continuous. There's never a solution. There's never they have solutions, but we never get to the solution. They're always working on something, but things never get better. And we see it with the MBTA. We can see it with traffic. You can see it in a lot of different places in government. You look at the senators and the congressmen and everything down. You see that they get richer, they feed us BS, and if we need to get anything done, we have to be hostile. We have to be threatening. We have to sit here and be irate. So I don't know how that's going to change.
Well, to quote a famous man, brutality, corruption, lack of education.
No doubt.
That's part of the master plan.
No doubt. Indeed, man. And
that's the quote for today, everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Go look it up. Slim Pocket. So I don't know. And speaking of, because we might as well just jump right into it. I voted for Michelle Wu.
You was on the Wu train.
Yep. Which is the mayor of Boston, for those that are outside of Massachusetts that are listening or watching the show. And from the time she got into office, she just flipped the switch, and now she's just running off stuff that sounds good on paper, but when you look at it, when you look through the pages and you look at the fine print, you realize is a bunch of BS. And I was given a flack, like, again, since she's been in office, but recently, she just got in a car accident.
Get out of here.
She wasn't driving. Her driver was driving. They ran a red light.
I see. And I hear there were also some emergency lights involved.
Yeah, they had the flashes on, but they're crossing one of the major intersections in the city of Boston. And, even though you got lights flashing and all that, common sense should have kicked in. And I saw from the video, there was a truck in the way. There was a truck coming, and the truck saw them and stopped. But it's a 2-lane road, and the car on the other side of the truck can't see through the truck, can't see around the truck. There was no siren. Sirens were on, but there was no noise. Right? It was just flashing lights, and they got broadsided. And she had her kid and herself and the driver in the car. And we've said this before. How bad traffic is in the city and how people just run red lights and do these things. And here's the mayor of Boston. And don't get me wrong, she has a kid in the car. So I can't believe she was in a rush to go to work. Unless the kid was having some type of health reason, there would be no reason to have the flashes on.
My question is, why does a mayor need emergency lights? I mean, you're not saving nobody's life. There's no decision you can't make over the phone.
Correct.
Where do you have to be? I have to be on the scene.
Right.
Come on, man.
And even if you're late for something, that's not enough of a reason. And she gets on the mic and say there's an investigation and the police department is going to look into it, and the police department is saying, hey, talk to the mayor's office, right? So so we don't even know who to talk to.
She said, yes, the lights were on, But we're gonna have to investigate. You was in the car. What you talking about?
You know what happened. You know what you told your driver or your driver told you. I'm glad that everybody's okay, right? But this is the problem in Boston right now.
Well, as our mayor makes dual lanes into single lanes and have made dedicated bus lanes to squeeze all traffic into one area, but when she's in a rush, it's okay to just throw your lights on. But we just gotta wait.
And
we can't go nowhere. We just gotta wait.
And honestly, I don't understand why she wasn't on a bicycle. She's promoting bicycling, so
and she says she takes the T every day.
Yeah.
Right?
So why is she in the car? But so this is the problem, and I don't think we're ever gonna get to the bottom of what truly happened, because at the end of the day, this is something that they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? She's in a rush, or for whatever reason. And they put the lights on. I mean, we see ambulance do it. They'll put their lights on, run through it, go through an intersection, and then the lights go off. We see police officers do it. They put their lights on, they go through intersections, run lights, and then they turn off. Or it was a false alarm. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And these things happen. So you have people in office or hold these kind of jobs, and they're abusing the system a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think people abuse systems a little bit, right? All the time, right? So, but, it's to the point where it's dangerous. Kids are getting hit, kids are getting hurt because, they don't know how to cross the street properly because nobody's taught them. So they just walk across the street. Folks are looking down at their phone, driving 10 miles an hour and not looking where they're going. And so you got people on the sidewalk ain't looking where they're going. You got people in cars ain't looking where they're going. And we act like, we're going to be safe.
Well, I saw the video, and I'm just wondering why the mayor needs a Mustang SUV as a transportation vehicle. I mean, especially when you're pushing all of this city
green space and
city
green
and bicycling and all that, but you riding around in the Mustang with lights in the back just in case you got to get somewhere quick.
No, it's disappointing, and like I said, we're never gonna get to the bottom of it. And
it'll disappear in a little while until somebody applies pressure. Like, whatever did happen? Oh, we did an investigation and found that there wasn't enough in evidence. What do you mean?
Yeah,
it's on video. We seen it.
So so I don't know how we fix that.
I hope the other person that hit him opened the driver's side door, fell out on the ground, started shaking in convulsions. I can't feel my legs.
Yeah, something. Well, listen, we're gonna have to pay that person that ran into them, even though it's at this point in my mind is the mayor's fault and the officer's fault. I can't assume the officer would run the red light with the mayor in the back and she's not saying anything or not approving.
Well, my question is her driver an officer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, because they get police details, and so their driver is a police officer.
All right. Well, I mean,
because it's 2-for-1 protection as well.
If he felt the need to turn his lights on to run a red light, then pretty sure it's his fault. But I don't see nobody in the back seat saying not to.
Oh yeah, listen. Who's in charge?
Clearly nobody.
Everybody's
just doing their own thing.
So that's the biggest problem. So it's how many of us are gonna be woken up by this? How many of us are gonna sit here and say, hey, this is BS. Let's stop doing stuff like this. Because if the mayor is running red lights, then regular folks are gonna continue to do it. You know what I mean? And you see it every day. It's like
ridiculously too. Not just the car who ran on yellow in the next car, but 3 more cars after it already turned red.
Yeah, 3 more, and it's absurd. And this lack of I don't even know what the right word is at the moment, but it like I said, I've said in the past, it comes from the top down. And if the mayor of our city is not doing the right thing, anyone on the street's not going to be doing the right thing, because they're going to look at them. Well, why should I follow the rules when the mayor's not doing that?
Why don't we all have blue lights so when we're in a hurry, we can just throw them on and make it through traffic?
Honestly, I see a lot. I know there's folks in the construction business and stuff like that. I see folks that have now put lights on their cars, so I'm seeing flashing lights, and I'm just like, When did Toyota get a contract with the city to be a city car? And they got mass plates on. That type of thing is happening. So there's a lot of people that are flicking lights on, putting lights on their cars to pretend that they can do these things. So I'm happy that no one got hurt, but for this to happen, I hope things change a little bit, because there's a responsibility of the folks that are in charge of our city to do the right thing and to make sure we can get about safely. If I can't leave my house and have a 3-mile drive without, maybe missing, 3 to 5 accidents, there's a problem. And this is every day, multiple times a day. It's absurd. I was on, Morrissey Boulevard by Freeport, 2 cars. There's 4 lanes, give or take. 3 going straight, 1 going to the left. Cars in the lane next to that, 2 cars in front of me, both taking lefts, which there's an arrow right on the ground pointing straight. So you have to see the arrow, right? And so you have 2 cars in front of me taking a left. You got the left lane that's full. Then there's a car on the right of me that also wants to take a left. And this is what's going on. It's like a free-for-all. And, I shouldn't have to be looking out for other people doing dumb shit.
Well, you do drive in a high-profile vehicle, so hit them. I'll be just nudging people, riding them wide. You on the outside, ride them wide to the sidewalk. Come on, man. I don't play that. If you ain't getting it, then you ain't getting it. If you can hit the gas, dip in front of me, and we all keep it moving, I'm fine with that.
Right.
Don't give me a slow fade from the far lane and then get in front of me and do 10 and then be trying to throw the middle finger up at me like I did you wrong.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people doing wrong, and they are throwing up the middle finger. I had this dude, there's 3. If you can drive, most streets in Boston, if there's a car parked on one side and a car parked on the other side, a car can go down the middle, right? And so if a car's parked on one side, if cars are parked on one side of the road and then the rest of the road is open, that means 2 cars should be able to pass each other with no problem. I had this guy, call me an asshole, and there was no cars on the side I was going, and he stopped. And in my mind, we both have enough space to pass. So the fact that you don't know how to drive and you can't adjust the space or whatever it is, or you're just blind, is not my problem. But you see people who are in the wrong and they're still trying to, hold a position as an FU. And, so I had to, yell out the window and say a couple of things.
Hey, my routine. You call me an asshole, you're going to sip some of this coffee, whether you want some or not.
You're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex 45.
Big E.
Yeah. Giorgio, Paco Rabanne, Versace, Dolce, Prada. I smell like money. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. Rex 45 told me pull up in the back. Big EP 87 where it's at. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. Baby, rub me in that cocoa butter, yeah. All of my brothers love my color, yeah. Well educated, well celebrated, got that black skin and all that's melanated. I'm hella faded, fresh deposit in the bank and you can smell the fragrance. Dolce on my collarbone, hot a box on my cell phone. Wrist shining like heaven's door. If you never knew, then you never know. Watch what you're talking, is y'all crazy? I got knots in my head, dude. Cool in the pocket, I'm Tom Brady. 4th quarter like I'm Isaiah. I'm a Jamaican that speaking Spanish, eating Ethiopian with the team. Plus I be hanging with people that's blacker than black and black and they black as me. Freelance, know how to dance, bachata with Dominicans. BT, no ETs, like I just moved out of DC. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. Rex 45 told me pull up in the back. Big EP 87 where it's at. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. I love my color, yeah, I love my color, yeah. Baby, rub me in that cocoa butter, yeah. All of my brothers love my color, yeah. Well educated, well celebrated. I'm hella black and I'm proud. You can never take my skin away from it. Butternut, hazelnut, caramel, toffee, dark chocolate, cocoa butter rubbing. Fresh in the scene, polar white tee. 2015 hot bean. I'm the sugar, honey, iced tea. Double cupped up like cream. Double fudge with the ice cream. Ooh, I think shorty like me. Kissing on me, get your diabetes. Black flag pledging my allegiance. Spicy beef patty, oh no. Cocoa bread and cheese, faux show. Black pride promo. Nelson Martin, Malcolm in the same photo. Threatened prison, but I won't go. I ain't scared of popo. Got detective daughter singing. I'm in love with the coco. Yeah, I got color for my mother. I get love for my brothers. They in love with my color, yeah. I love 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 my color, yeah. Rexy 45 told me pull up in the back. Big EB 87 where it's at. I love my color, yeah. I love my color, yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chinook Kazadi, and you're listening to Smokin' Rhyme Show with Rex 45 and Big E. Let's get it!
Yo, B87 FM, I saw by the DJ. Drop tune on him head and make the check send. So we can get the next bend. Run it! Got that sauce in it. Our thing that them a try take power fling shot Haiti. Our thing hot. Girl find take showers in that baby. Now a time for survive and live I my dream. But a vibe bloody crime no divide my team. Our thing that. Listen the tune them play on your radio station. Everything so hey like it's the same song. Them appropriate for a milli make one. Yet we still live plain, still beam stay strong. Watch your friend them slide and Nikanda. They will sell your vibe a Wakanda. The way you get try fit asunder. Fi 84.5 into Panga. Watch your friend them slide and Nikanda. They will sell your vibe a Wakanda. The way you get try fit asunder. Fi 84.5 into Panga. Our thing that. Our thing that. Our thing that. Them a try take power fling shot head. Our thing hot. Y'all find take showers in that baby. Now my time to survive and divide my dream. Build a vibe, no the crime, no divide my team. Our thing that. Our thing black. Bleaching cream catch fire thing walk. Now all no just I sing that. Them a hide from sun vampire thing that. Me woulda never tell Booby about hot girl. Wrong STD, better stop girl. Bad energy pon the block girl. Get your degree on that girl. Me woulda never tell Booby about hot girl. Wrong STD, better stop girl. Bad energy pon the block girl. Get your degree on that girl. Our thing that. So with the DJ. Our thing that. Our thing that. Them a try take power fling shot head. Our thing hot. Girl find take showers in that baby.
Salut tout le monde. Vous êtes branchés sur Smokin' Rhymes avec Rexy 45 et Biggie. Et cette prochaine chanson est une première mondiale. Je suis sûr que vous allez vous régaler.
There will come a day when the fear of death will be the favorite joke passed amongst corpses, and they are already laughing. My love, please don't be afraid. But there will come a day when field mice play in our empty sockets, when our bones become homes for living creatures other than our egos, and when time will jostle our skeletons out of the composition that is me and you, and will write with us love letters that spell I owe you eternity. If we believe in life after death, then I often wonder why we assume the dead like coffins when people were never meant to live in boxes. So I pray our children will have the good sense to leave us a little wiggle room, leave us exposed like stray dogs in a thunderstorm. And I'll hear the breeze, but not know it as the breeze. I'll feel the rain and not know it as the rain. I will behold the sky and not know it as the sky. Instead, I will hear the breeze and think it is your laugh returned to the hearth of my ear. And I will feel the rain and think that it is the pinprick of your kiss. And when the rain is tender, I will know something has softened you. And when it is violent, I will know something has shaken you. And in this newfound understanding, without eyes or ears or hands or even lips, our bare bones will make love in the dirt, never knowing our nakedness. Imagine a rough wind cursing through a calligraphy of weeds. In our disrepair, we have grown gardens of ourselves, sprouts of curious grass shooting from our eye sockets. Our knuckles, hard, smooth, skipping stones meant for child's play, and a devilish sun picking its way through your missing teeth, and neither one of us can keep from smiling these days. And the days go unnoticed, and the nights go unslept, and we talk with our souls through the holes in our ribs where organs once sat. Imagine your skull and mine, both reduced to grins, both washed clean of our skins and our sins, growing young again, forgetting why we ever wrinkled or why we ever furrowed our brow with the plow of anger. Become dust with me, my love, insignificant and everywhere. For I will love you, even after your marrow has become a whisper. Your bones, nothing but the snickering of gravel. Let us soak in the spaces our shadows leave behind. Your skeleton laced with mine. I will tie your soul to my ankle and know what it is like to step into a dream. And you will try on my backbone and see how bad it hurt the day you said you were calling it quits. I don't remember why you left or why you came back. I don't know how many years have passed. Not really sure that years pass at all. All I know is the rain falls. You kiss me like a rainfall. The sun, it bleaches us clear. And every day is a romance. So all this to say, we're already laughing. There is a wedding of pebbles and earthworms waiting when our tuxedo skeletons no longer fit. There is space for our faces to lie planted beside each other, forever smiling. There exists a place where we can still be in love. I know it does. There exists a place where we could be still and in love. Just two gentle skulls.
You're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex.
45?
Just Rex.
Oh, shoot. Big E. You already know. Just call me Big.
Just call him. I'll call you E.
All right,
leave it at that. We're on every week with poetry.
Music and that cannabis talk.
Man, it was some music right there, and it was some poetry, and we're going to get into the pot cafe in a little bit. Let's talk about working out, my brother. How's things with that front, man?
Working out?
Yeah, the health front, you know. It's been a while since we checked in.
What's that? Man, I'm so far off, brother. I've lost my way.
Oh no.
I'm in the woods.
Okay.
The GPS ain't working. I'm just lost.
Can't see the sun.
I've even ordered more workout stuff.
Okay.
Supplements.
Okay.
Workout gloves. I got some weights coming, and I'm just not doing nothing. I don't know. And I'm making excuses like I need this before I can start. Need that. I'm just doing terrible.
All right, so you're at that excuse phase.
Yes, definitely.
All right. How you gonna overcome that? Is there a point of where you go, all right, enough is enough? Is there enough girth around the belly, or you wake up and you need to hit your inhaler?
I've still been doing my intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So my weight isn't spiraling out of control, and the gut's not
out of
protruding. You know what I'm saying?
Protruding past what?
But anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You can still see your toes?
I can still see my belt. A lot of people put a belt on, you can't see the buckle. You already know what it is. I can still see my belt without leaning forward. But, I'm just the workout side. I feel like it's my schedule that's killing me.
Okay.
Because sometimes I'm doing upwards of 48 to 90-something hours
A week?
Yeah, so that's 40-something hours overtime.
So can't you curl in the car? Bring your...
You would think, right? You really would think. Maybe I should just disconnect the power steering and just troop it out.
Troop it out, cut a hole in the floor.
Yeah, I mean, not even push-ups. I'm just not motivated at all.
It's tricky because they're like, once the race season started for me, I think like the last 5-6 weeks or so has been difficult. I was looking at my workout and it was just kind of like, yep, I'm working out like 1 day a week, but I'm racing, so it's not that bad. But what happens eventually is you start to lose muscle mass and just you start to get a little bit weak.
Yes, definitely.
So that's the downside of it. So same here. I just got back in. I was away this past weekend and just got back, and I'm back and working out again. And it's like I did my sit-ups, and I could feel my abs talking about what's going on. What's going on here, man?
I can feel my abs. It's just the coat of fat over top of it. That's all. I know they're there.
They're there somewhere.
I know they're there.
It's like, all right. It might make sunlight at some point.
Right. Hey, look, man. I understand it's a struggle for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even those who have made it to their final form, which I have made my final form at one point in my life. To get back to that is just so hard.
Especially when you don't have the time.
Definitely.
So we're feeling everybody's pain. That's looking at their gym clothes and their sneakers and their dusty weights or the Peloton or whatever the case may be, and talk about, all right, I'll do it tomorrow.
And if all of a sudden out the blue you go to the gym and you open that bag and it smells like demon's nuts, just zip it back up and go home, bro. Because I've worked out besides many a funky person.
Oh.
And it's definitely just not, no. We know what sour sweat smells like. Come on, bro.
So they showed up and they didn't bring their gym clothes and they had old gym clothes in there and they're just like, all right, I'm going anyway.
No, the problem is they haven't been to the gym in so long, they don't even know what the situation in the bag is.
Gotcha.
You threw that in there a month ago. And you just say, hey, I got time to go to the gym.
You just socked it and make it out.
Hey, look, man, you better work out in the clothes you came with. I'd appreciate that.
So, speaking of that, what do you think of people who do work out and you see people show up in jeans and their boots on and their work shirt and they're benching?
I'm fine with that. I mean, don't come in there with plaster stuck to your pants and leave white powder all over the place. But I don't care if you come in there with church shoes on and a 3-piece suit. Get that work in and go home. I don't care what it is. Everybody's like, he's not wearing gym attire. Who cares?
You're not wearing gym attire.
Right.
Look at that weight.
You think his health is going to be like, oh, I'm not wearing the right clothes? No. Just do it. I don't care what you wear. Okay. Timbs and sweats used to be the everyday workout gear anyway. Now everybody wants to be putting on compression leggings and wearing high heel sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
All type of things. They got the gear.
Yeah.
Gotta start somewhere.
Then you got the girls in there who are harassing everybody. They're looking at me. Well, you're in a skin tight outfit from top to bottom with your beaver and your camel toe staring in the face. What am I supposed to do?
Look away. Look away.
But in order to know to look away, I would have to look.
And you're probably just looking at the equipment that somebody's on and you're trying to figure out if they're done or not. You're not probably staring at them.
Look, if she gets on that thigh machine directly in front of me while I'm curling, where else am I supposed to look but directly in front of me? I mean, come on, man. We're all just trying to do the same thing, get in shape. I mean, I understand there are some pervoids, but if you worried about the pervs, wear a bathrobe or something. I don't know.
A little bit more clothes.
Yeah, I wear a sweatshirt when I work out. I'm not showing my man boobs. What the hell?
Well, your man gut.
Yeah, I'm hiding mine until it's chiseled. Then I show a little bit.
I agree. Yeah, some folks are a little bit over the top, but you can't tell them nothing.
Yeah, well, rather be over the top than under the bottom.
Listen to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex 45.
Big E.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Grow, like, smoke, hey, grow, like, smoke, hey, grow, like, smoke, hey, grow, like, smoke. Records finished,
down in my rollie and I'm scrolling it up. We put the whole 7 in it, you ain't holding it up. Hitting 12 in the lane while we sparking it up. Rexy 45 and Big E, as soon as city show up. But the city been waiting, we been cooking and baking, planning, putting that cake in, plotting, moving and shaking. LeBron, Steph Curry with the rock, shake the pot. There's some big boss cannabis talk, cultural elevation. Ain't no telling where we taking this thing from here. It's 420 in this world somewhere. Outside, say rolling it up. Up north, stay rolling it up. What's up? Ain't no telling where we taking this thing from here. If you feeling me, put one in me. West side, stay rolling it up. East coast, stay rolling it up. What's up? Roll, like, smoke, hey, roll, like, smoke, hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. You already know what it is. Pod Cafe time. I'm going to give you a little advice. Roll one, smoke one, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's up to you. So, we know recently that New Jersey is legalized for recreational pot.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there's many other states who've done it, and there's blueprints all over the place. But it seems like every state that legalizes it comes up with a little bit extra something that makes theirs better than the next. Now, I got 2 stories about Jersey. One good, one bad.
Okay. Which one you want you giving first? Let's get the bad first.
Oh, you want the bad first?
Yeah, then we go up. We get better from there.
Okay, well, New Jersey, it's a blooming new system over there. And right now they're revoking people's marijuana licenses over unpaid fees.
Say what now?
They're revoking people's licenses over unpaid fees. Now these most of these places that are getting their licenses revoked are marijuana cultivators and manufacturers. So I'm pretty sure they have a big warehouse. They have a grow, which I feel like, once they paid their initial deposit of $100,000. So, we don't know no regular people that got change in their pocket like that. But they put down the $100,000, and the balance due is $700,000. So what's happening is, if they're not paying that money, they're revoking their licenses. But in order for them to make money, what is the average length of a grow? How many months?
3 to 4 months.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're waiting for a grow to come through and them to get money to pay on it. But I'm assuming if you got in that business, you should have at least $2 million on the back burner for incidentals.
Right.
But, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. You need to call the investors.
I think there are a lot of people, are scraping money together to try and get this done, and they're crossing their fingers, hoping they have enough and hoping all the right things go right. And if they have 1 or 2 things go bad, then, they're closing down. And, because of the high fees and how they making it very difficult for people to, just grow marijuana, right? At the end of the day, just to grow marijuana, and it's just they're setting it up for you to fail unless you're sitting on a lot of cash. And
that was our complaint in the first place, right? When they first started it, and we were saying that only the rich are gonna get richer because the amount of money that they want for just the licensing alone.
Just licensing.
Yeah, that's not the warehouse, the equipment, the workers. That's just licensing alone. So I can just imagine the amount of money, the amount of people that would have to get together even to put a business like this together.
Yeah.
And the company that operates a adult-only dispensary in Hudson, they made the $100,000 down payment, and this was towards their Class 5 retail license, but they haven't paid for the cultivation and manufacturing permits. So they own a storefront, and they're cultivating and manufacturing their own cannabis, but they haven't paid on that part of the permit. So I'm like, y'all are revoking people's permits. I mean, how about, hey, we're going to give you a date or time, or because Jersey is fairly new as far as the cannabis scene. They just recently legalized.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how y'all didn't even wait a couple of years. I know that's a substantial amount of money, but it's easier to come after somebody once they got the money.
Right.
than to jump on them right in the middle of the process. So as a part of the June 1st decision, the recreational cannabis store is still required to purchase and supply from other growers in other states. So they're still an option. Even if they don't get those permits where they can manufacture their own, cultivate their own, they can still purchase for their storefront,
right,
for the adult use. So I mean, it seems weird that, we're worried about equity and all these other things, but then soon as somebody don't have their money, that's not a small amount of money, and it's for a license to grow cannabis. Why is it so astronomically high? And I feel like that's just what they're doing. They're saying, yeah, we'll legalize cannabis, but we're going to squeeze every dime out of it we can get.
That's what they're doing.
Because they know the amount of money that the cannabis industry creates. So they're just like, hey, well, it doesn't seem like a lot looking at how much the industry's making. But when you're just getting into the industry, you ain't got that money yet.
Nope.
So, I mean, and we're going through the issues with the banking, and banks don't want to support this, and they won't give you a loan. You can't go in there and be like, yeah, I need a $2 million loan to start a cannabis company. They're going to be like, no, thank you. Yeah, so they're still working on the cannabis banking. They're still working on everything. And the problem is simplify. Y'all are complicating.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's unfortunate. But, let's get into the good news.
And on the good news side, New Jersey regulators will exclusively accept certain marijuana licenses for social equity. So anyone who has been adversely affected by cannabis, or in a neighborhood where it's
has been a problem,
not as prosperous, I would say.
Right.
Yeah, they're saying that this is for a year though. So for a year, they're only gonna accept applications from people from the social equity side. So I feel like that's amazing, because once the industry starts, we already know those who already got money are poised in the right position to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And even giving these guys a year heads up on them, I don't know. I still don't think that's really going to help them a lot, but it will help them some, because what is that I'm about to say?
I'm waiting.
I'm trying to get it out of my hands. The whole point is that we know that the people with money can come into the business and go whole hog with the establishment. The
Right.
storefront's beautiful. They're probably purchasing the top-notch cannabis. But if you and I, we're definitely limited to what we could do, because we can't get loans for it. If we do, we're getting personal loans in our own name using our own credit. And I don't even know if you can get an LLC and get a loan and then use it for. I'm not even sure if that works.
You're gonna have to put you have some collateral somewhere, so or some assets that you can add to that or point to. So it's not that easy when you don't have the cash to start any business the right way. And so most people just they're double dipping and they're making ends meet, and it takes years for a business to go up and running anyway. You got up to 10 years for your business to turn profit. So when you're already 1 foot behind, it's we're more than 1 foot behind, but it's very difficult. And so we're going to see a lot of cannabis companies where people are just trying to make it fail.
Definitely.
Versus the ones that can come in and they got 5 people and each person can put up $200,000 each, and they're sitting on $10 million or $2 million or whatever, or $1 million worth of cash. They can lose 600,000 and still survive, 700,000 and still survive. When you barely got the money to get in the door, you can't have a machine fail or power outage or anything, so your crop is messed up or any way, shape, or form, because just that one crop alone, you're hoping to be the thing that keeps you going.
And we already know with growing your own cannabis, we have things like mold and other issues that could pop up and just destroy a whole crop.
Right, you got just bad employees sometimes.
And we also know that there are some people who, even though that cannabis is moldy or whatever the situation, they'll sell it on the black market and then it'll find its way back into the mainstream anyway.
So it sounds like if you go to Jersey and you want to file for the equity, they'll at least it'll be easier. But you know how that is.
Well, they'll let your license in first, just to revoke it later because you ain't paid.
Exactly. You're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Big E.
Getting some music, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Back at it again. Slim. J. Trump here. Pump pass. Y'all got a nerve out there. Blaming Mary Jane for all your downfalls, your pitfalls, and whatnot. You ought to know better. Cause if you knew better, you do better. We stay with it out here, baby.
You took someone home after the club, gave it up, and in the AM they made you feel like a slut. Don't blame the weed. You knew it was wrong, just admit it. This ain't the first time you did it. Don't blame weed for your indiscretions, imperfections, things in life that you're not getting. You blame weed for all your mishaps. I bet you're gonna blame weed for your bad breath. Go handle that. You said you were high, drinking and driving. Police report said no weed in your system. Why you lying? You blame weed for your lack of education. If you went drinking and chasing tail, you might not have failed. Keep it real. If you like stink, that's cool. But stop blaming weed for all the bad that happened to you. Telling everybody weed was your gateway drug. Before you took your first puff, you were sniffing that stuff.
Don't blame weed. Don't you blame that weed now. Don't blame weed. It's just marijuana, yeah.
Ain't no space between the name and the area code. Shaheed Fofo. Homecoming. It is.
We got a gang of cannabis, take a whiff, take a split. And my baby sit, take a sip, with this. Gang of cannabis, take a whiff, take a split. Bust flow, spit rhymes, hung on from my stone. We got a gang of cannabis, take a whiff, take a split. And my baby sit, take a sip, with this. Gang of cannabis, take a whiff, take a split. Bust flow, spit rhymes, hung on from my stone.
Heard they search for kingdoms of Kush. Kinda got the keys crossed. Cool. Caught her with the chiefs. Careful, don't cough. Try to keep the people. Please parlay monster pawns. Cool. Carolina calm. Pot of farms. However they tongue. Wherever. Carolina calm. Pot of farms. However they tongue. Wherever you from. We on deli on. Pass that back. Whenever you done. In the city called mine. Top building from all grind. Rebuilding them raw rhymes, man. Don't be the bond, you know the time. Sow the seed where the grown ups be. Till we terminate. Don't die, germinate, improve, but become great. Take flight, birds of a feather together in aviation. Deformation, one piece, one love, so gifted, unlimited. Always remembering rhymes, universal, networking with musicians. And wake up and do it again. Making sure the message and the music and it's moving up when we got
a gang of cannabis.
She wanna chill in California. Yeah. She wanna chill in California. Yeah. Take it to Rio, I do that for ya. Girl, you choose Barcelona or Italia. My baby, Esperanza in España. Yeah, we might get low, yeah, we might get low.
Toneladas, balas, it don't look about Google to street quick fast, yeah. It's Windows, I'm a vacation, take it easy. It's tempos, I'm a balance, I just train. I can't afford to keep baby waiting. Ever since you smoked on the color blood, all she talk about is Californication. Khali, Khali, I'm a bed right now, Californication.
I've seen it all, but when a baby, you be gold. It shine. Catch me in California with a haze, with some weekend warrior. Yeah, we take no luggage, yeah, we got no man. Wanna chill in California. Yeah, take it to Rio, I do that for ya. Girl, you choose Barcelona or Italia. My baby, Esperanza in España. Yeah, we might get low, yeah, we might get low. Yes, I know. You wanna go to LA? Let's just go hit the mall. Tell me, do you wish for more? Show me.
Oh my God, it's Charlene. You're listening to Smoking Rhymes with Rex 45 and Big E.
I'm not
my
saying
favorite.
I'm not saying that I agree with what they did. Just saying I've learned not to judge a people for how they grieve. Learn not to judge the hood for how it loves you back. Love from the hood. And honor only bestowed on those who showed the hood the most unwavering of loyalties. I'm talking street niggas. Most literally from cradle to grave. Most literally from corner to coroner. Most literally niggas who hug the block in their last moments gasping for air. Right before yellow tapes makes a spectacle of their bodies sprawled on cement. If the hood loves you, she'll make a monument of this location. They will bring teddy bears, well wishes, and heavy hearts. This is now sacred ground to be renamed as memorial and landmark. This is no longer Jefferson Avenue, but where Twig got shot. For the next 6 nights, you'll see candles like this space holy. Until the wind blows, it's silent. Until the amber is blown in the direction of the summit's next casualty. If the hood loves you, she'll write it in tombstone text. A boy's face and childhood nickname will be written in script across the double XL white tee. Ain't it funny how quickly death becomes fashionable? A testament to how tragic memories don't fade. Even in a washing machine, you can expect your closest of kin to tattoo your name in the most visible of places. Your birthday in Roman numeral will kiss the left side of your little sister's collarbone long before a boy ever does in grief. We graffiti murals. That's how Biggie and Pac got faces in places that they never called home. I know boys who've bore the weight of pallbearer long before the rigors of college, but the most famous of us will have streets named in our honor. Martin Luther King Drive and Malcolm X Boulevard both debunk the myth of respectability and proves that no matter the politics, all black boys are doomed to die by bullets. But how can you complain when the hood loves you? And we gonna keep loving you. Long after the gravel has swallowed your portion of the 40. Long after they packed that car with vengeance. Long after another boy's life is taken in retaliation of yours. Continuing the cycle of trauma and street violence. Yes, y'all. The hood will love you enough to murder for you, but never enough to snitch. Yes, y'all. I know who did it. I was there when they bucked the 4th, 5th. Yes, y'all. I watched the news. I listened as they emptied the clip. And yes, y'all. I'll do it again. Yes, y'all. I'll do it again. Damn motherfucking right. I will do it again because I miss my brother so much. But that don't mean that I agree with what they did. That just means I've learned not to judge a people for how they grieve. Learn not to judge the hood for how it loves you back.
You're listening to the Smoking Rhyme Show. My name is Rex 45.
Big E.
We're on the mic every week with poetry,
music, and that cannabis talk.
How the hood loves you back, baby.
Yeah, well, you know, they love you in strange ways.
So let's get a little sports before we get out of here, man. Nuggets and the Heat.
Nugats. Nikolai Jokic. Good.
What do you think about that, man?
Man, look, I don't know. I think this might be the least watched NBA finals ever.
I know. I was thinking about that because it was on last night, and, you know, I didn't even care to watch it. You know what I mean?
What game was it?
Game 3.
Oh, okay.
All right. And this is the thing that's, when people talk about, the Celtics or the Lakers, I mean, I'll give the Warriors because they got some nuggets, some rings. I'll give, obviously Chicago hasn't done anything in a while. But, the Nuggets, I mean, the Heat's is a big market, right? But nobody's watching. You know what I mean? And if I'm not sitting here saying it should be the Lakers and the Celtics. Obviously, us in Boston want the Celtics here every year. But if you're going to talk about market value and who has a bigger name and all this stuff, it's like you see the small market teams. They're not drawing the ratings. That's why on regular season games, they're not really on TV that much. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's funny because the Heat were in it last year. We beat them to go play in the finals. So,
Right.
I mean, I expected them to be there, but I feel like Heat fans are fair weather. When they're doing good, they on the bandwagon. When they're terrible, they're like, they're over there. So you can cheer for your team if you want to, but I would still say they're playoff caliber. They have a lot of people on that team that weren't undrafted, and they've made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And if Bam Adebayo would just snap out of it and go into beast mode, then that would be a whole different team.
There would be no problems.
Definitely, but I don't think they could deal with the Joker.
No, I don't think so. I mean, even though they did pull off Game 2 in good fashion, like those guys gotta I don't understand the up and down of players. Players will come and give you 40 one night, and the next night they'll give you 15. Like I don't understand the inconsistency that we've seen. I mean, we saw it with the Celtics as well, and we're seeing it with these teams. And back in the day, you got certain players. You got the Kobe's of the world that would not have had a bad game. You got certain players that were consistent at giving you these numbers. And these guys are like, I don't know, they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and it's like they forgot to put their contacts in and they can't see the bucket.
Well, the problem nowadays is it's a shooter's league. So when a person isn't scoring, they don't think, hey, let me go down low, post up, do a move on somebody, or take it to the hole and dunk. They're still shooting.
Right.
Talking about, I'm a shooter. I got to keep shooting. It'll come around. Yeah, by the time it comes around, you're already down by 30.
Y'all are just hitting innocent people.
And I got to give the Nuggets their props. They had 2 players on their team who had 30-point triple doubles.
Yeah.
So when you getting people playing like that,
it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
I mean, I'll still say the Heat has a chance because they got one away, but they lost the one at home. I'll still say they have a chance because the Nuggets gave them one already. So if they give them one, and it's good to see that Kevin Love came out in Game 2. I didn't watch last night's game, so I don't know if he came out to shoot, but to play. But it's just amazing how they got 12 people on the bench, and you got 7 guys in rotation.
Yeah. Well, you get run if that dude blows his back out. That's the only way you get. Your coach telling you the only way you getting in here.
Yeah.
If somebody comes up lame. Yeah. So I mean, hey, and Love is tried and true. He's been battle tested and everything. I don't understand why he wouldn't at least be in the rotation
more.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they try to play matchup more than just letting people go out there that can ball, because at the end of the day, like if Love can give you 18 to 20, and he's kind of slow or whatever the case may be, but he can give you points.
Well, my thing is there's a gang of players that are sitting on the bench like we had Blake Griffin on our team, which was like seeing a white rhinoceros. He came off the bench very seldom.
Right.
You got D Rose, who people ain't even sure if he's still in the league.
Right.
Because he's sitting on the bench. And at one point, he was carrying New York by himself.
Right.
When they didn't have nobody. So all of a sudden, he's not playing at all.
Yeah.
We got Carmelo, who still thinks he can ball.
He's officially retired.
Is he now?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
And then you got Dwight Howard, who's playing in China, who's talking about he's trying to make
Taiwan.
Is it Taiwan?
Taiwan, yeah.
China. He plays in Taiwan, and he's talking about making a comeback to the NBA.
Well, listen, he's balling over there.
Yeah,
I know. But the thing is this,
if I ball at the elementary, that don't mean I can go to the high school and do the same thing.
It's not so much that. I think coaches are, like I said, I think if people got the skill set, let them go out there and prove that they can't play. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at how Westbrook was contained in LA and then he went to the Clippers and what he was doing for numbers. So it's kind of like if you're trying to have people play in a certain role instead of just let these people go play. And
just do what I tell you to do. Not I know what you're capable of. Let me put you in this situation.
You know what I mean? Because if you're out there playing and feeling good and saying, "Yo, I know you slow, but I need you to play some defense today," I think players are gonna be like, "All right, I give it to you." You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're gonna try their best, but when you don't even let them get out there and make a mess, and then you got other people like Jason Tatum should have sat on the bench when he hurt his ankle. He should have sat on a bench because I know the dudes, they might not say nothing. But I know their dudes are saying, look, if he was going to do this, I know I could have done something. Because if I was on the bench and I see dudes hobbling up and down the court and I'm sitting here healthy, like, yo, I got 10 points. I got 12 points. And who knows if I'm feeling it, I might give you 18.
Well, I realize most people, it's whether you got the green light or not. If you ain't got the green light and you shoot one and make it, regardless of whether you made it or not, they're going to sit you down.
Yeah. No, they should have sat him. After halftime, he shouldn't have came back. Because, like I said, there's dudes that didn't play, like what happened to Pritchett and all these guys, like, you know, the guys that were pivotal last year. Now, you know, they didn't get the same run this year. So, and again, I blame that on coaching, because you know you see what these dudes are doing in practice. I mean, maybe they did see what they were doing in practice, and maybe that's why they're on the bench. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, Mazzulla, he was in the playoffs last year, he couldn't get it done, and now we played this year, couldn't get it done. And we also see there's a lot of veteran coaches who couldn't get it done and lost their jobs.
Yeah,
Doc Rivers got let go from 76ers.
Like he put on shorts and went out there and played.
Yeah, I believe the Suns coach got let go as well. And these are all coaches who took their teams to the playoffs.
Yeah,
you know how many teams didn't make it?
Yeah, and their coaches are fine.
Yeah, oh no, well I'm pretty sure all those coaches have jobs again.
No doubt.
Even our ex-coach Udoka, he signed with Houston.
Yeah. They're going to be a problem.
So, I mean, y'all keep on getting rid of these coaches. I mean, there's a lot of players that have complaints about Doc Rivers.
Right.
Celtics,
I don't know, because Paul Pierce and Garnett was on the side, so I don't know what other players. But, you know.
Rasheed Wallace, he has a whole thing on YouTube and explained the whole Doc Rivers situation. And he was telling us that Doc Rivers isn't good at making changes. He said during the Celtics game, the players themselves were making adjustments.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, you know, it only shows from the record. The man's lost multiple game sevens.
Yeah.
And he's been but I mean, he gets the team there.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's half the battle. But don't climb all the way up the tree to the fruit and then you can't pick
fall out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm close.
That's it.
And most teams are looking at it like, you know what? We got this team. It's a ticking time bomb, because nowadays in the league, it's so hard to keep a team together. People go into free agency. Other teams throw big money at them. There's players who talk to players who make little backdoor deals. Hey, you should come play with us.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure LeBron talks to 1 million people a day trying to replace everybody on his team.
No doubt. It is what it is. But, you know, we'll see what happens. My name is Rex45.
Big E on the football front.
I'm going to peace you guys out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms. Tell a friend. It's the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Make sure you hit us on that website, please. Smokin' Rhymes, baby.
You see what's going on out there? What you going to do? Are y'all people ready? Who you going to look at?
Down in Washington, you got politician, liquor vision, say no ambition. Government should be separated from religion. Careful what you're watching on your television. Money is the most, and it make the big statement. Why the youth man them are beat off the pavement? Whether on the block or the blue collar shop. If you're sick and tired people, time to fight back. 2019, no unity. What's going on? Here we come unity. Everywhere you look, yo, assault and battery. Business doing business with bad companies. Destroying thousands of good families. What about the youngins and the university? What about the future of that escalate. I'm a little sick, tired of what they tell yo, John Public. Like it or love it, can tell them where to shove it. You ask for liquor more, they say not in the budget. Like the devil